Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well and your studies and articleship are going in full swing. Now this video is about our upcoming financial reporting focused regular batch that we are just starting in January of 2026. So in case you are thinking about financial reporting, this is a place to be, and I would recommend you to complete this video till the end so that you can know all about this awesome batch that we are just about to start. So first of all, this batch will start in January, in the first week of January, and it is scheduled to get over by mid of May latest. So effectively that will be around 4 odd months of your time. And in terms of lectures, we will complete this in close to around 100 lectures, and we are going to keep it in around 290 hours. Yes, before we go ahead, financial reporting is a long subject and we will cover everything in this subject. So give it its due time and ensure that you have a very good depth and understanding of this subject, which forms the base for almost everything. I mean, if you want to do finance, you study financial statements. If you do income tax, well, you have the financial statements from which you do the computation of income eventually. So this forms a base, and the institute has strategically placed it as the first paper where the student does not have to bother about 1.5 days, and hence the syllabus is fairly exhaustive and there's no point cutting the corners. We will ensure that we will cover everything in the material which is relevant and which should be known. So this is a detailed batch. We will solve all the questions. We will have our books. We will discuss everything about this batch over here. So first of all, when it comes to the coverage, this is 100% ICI material covered, which includes the study material, RTPs, MTPs, previous year questions, and even the MCQ bank. So over here we will have full coverage. So beyond this, you really don't need to kind of review any other material. If you want, you can refer the institute's material, but everything over here is concise and kind of kept in a very understandable manner, and you can ask your seniors as well that the notes as well as the books will be very, very exhaustive, and you can kind of rely on them, and so that you don't have to run across various resources. Now the duration of the batch, as we said, is around 290 hours approximately, and that will take close to 100 odd lectures of around, let us say, 3 hours each. And in terms of the books that you will have, we have kind of realigned our books a little bit. We will have one colored concept book, which is the FR Shield, which is kind of a wonderful book where you have everything in chart based tabular manner, so that you kind of understand the nitty-gritties of the standard, and at the same time it is not very text based. So this is our concept book. And then we will have 2 question banks. Over here we have kind of realigned our question banks, where earlier we would have our practice questions and everything as a part. So we have tried to bifurcate it, where you can kind of focus on the 2 question banks. It is exactly same, and all the questions are there are 1000+ questions, and this is updated all the way up to January 2026 material. So over here, any further amendments, if they come, we will also discuss how will you get access to that, but this is fully updated. These are the 2 volumes, and in the 3rd volumes we have kept all the practice questions that you can review, which was earlier there in the practice or the homework section, along with the MCQ based case studies. So you have kind of realigned so that you kind of have to keep just 2 books with you. In fact, even if you have your friends who have taken an earlier batch, each and every question which is there in that batch is there still in the classwork section of this batch. Along with that, there are new questions based on the new RTPs or the materials that the institute has issued. So it is just realignment in terms of the volume. So you have all the data kept in 2 volumes, and then the practice or the MCQs, the additional material that you want to kind of review and cover, will be there in the next volume. So over here, this is regarding our material that you will have. In terms of the mode, this batch will happen face-to-face in Mumbai. So if you are based in Mumbai, and if you love that face-to-face environment, please do kind of enroll, because there will be limited seats over here. And if you are placed at some other place or you find it difficult to travel, but you want the live discipline, then the live at home. Or if you're comfortable with the Google Drive recorded medium and you have the discipline with you to stick to that, then probably the Google Drive on an ongoing basis. So every day what would happen is the lecture that will get conducted in the morning, the timings would be 7 AM to 10:15 AM. This lecture will be kind of encrypted and uploaded by the evening or by the end of the day. So every lecture will be updated on an ongoing basis, and as a result you can view that on a regular basis. We will share with you the study plan, we will share with you the test schedule, everything will be in place, so you can decide which medium works the best for you. Tests, we will have section wise tests. We will have around 4 to 5 tests for every section of the syllabus, and then there would be full portion tests as well. Now these tests would be evaluated. These would be evaluated by qualified CS, by rank holders, and you will get a lot of feedback when it comes to your improvements. And as a result, over here, when you're preparing, it is advisable that we will do the section wise test properly, and once your preparation is done and you're doing your revision, that is when you sit for the full portion test. Again, these tests, if you're face to face, you can come to the center and write those tests. Otherwise, they can be, even when you take the Google Drive, you can send it on the email. We will give you all the details, and within a week's time you will get your evaluated copy with detailed feedback. So this will have all the tests so that it is ensured that your preparation happens in line, and at the same time you know your areas where you can improve on in the next. Now what happens is, financial reporting and even AFM to that matter are these two subjects that you usually start at the beginning. Once you do your articleship, once you kind of settle over there, these are the two subjects which almost every student starts with, and this is probably the first time that you will have a big gap between your let us say lectures and when you sit to actually revise before your exams. So there will be close to 1.5 year or 1 year, 2 year, depending on when you take the class, gap. And this is when a student sits to revise, there is a lot of nervousness that I don't remember stuff. So how do we address it? So we have a lot of resources that can easily help you recollect stuff. So we have a detailed YouTube playlist. You can actually go to our YouTube playlist. So for every chapter there is a revision video along with all the important questions in that. So when you are sitting to revise, it is very helpful if you go to the revision video, refer it, refresh it, and then go into the revision. On Spotify, we have audio summaries for all the chapters, in the sense that like for example, if a YouTube revision video is going for 1.5 hours or so, or 1 hour, for example, for a chapter, the Spotify summary will be anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes. And if you're traveling, if you're just waiting for your kind of cab, or if you're kind of just having a very short time, this is the place where you can just quickly refer to the summary, and during your articleship only try to be on speed with the topics. And a lot of our students have given us a lot of feedback on how these audio summaries have helped them significantly. Now, apart from that, so audio summaries will help you in the concept, but a lot of times you find it difficult to remember the important questions or the adjustments in these questions. So what we have also done is, we have added the QR codes. So these are audio pods or the QR codes which are there, and you can kind of you can just scan them and you can listen on them. So if I can just show you on one of the material which we might have. So over here, for example, sorry, this is, so let's say there is this question over here where we will have a QR code, one for the Hindi, one for the English. So over here you can just a second, I think yeah, sorry, I think we had lost connection there. So over here you will have the English as well as the Hindi QR codes on our material. This is our question bank, where you can just kind of scan through it and you can kind of retrieve. So this will be helpful. Apart from that, over here, this is your audio summary at the beginning of the chapter in our question bank, which will take you to our Spotify playlist, where you can review the audio summary. Or this is our concept book, that is our shield, where at the beginning over here, this will be taking you to your YouTube revision video. So over here, everything with that one book, you will have cross media access to videos, to audios, to text. And all you have to do is you have to put in those efforts, you have to put in those hours, and you study. And I vouch for it that you will do really well. A lot of our students have scored exceptionally. There have been consistently the top ranks. Even in the last year, we got AIR 1 to 3 multiple times. And I really hope that you will also be in one of them. So over here, you have the batch where you are going to kind of work on. and later also you don't need to refer anything else. The entire ecosystem is in place, where at each point you will be taken closer and closer to your goal, which for us is 80 plus. Okay, so we will target, this is probably one of the most scoring papers in your entire 6 papers, and we want to kind of make the most of it. These are your this quite literally, if you follow cricket, is your Abhishek Sharma, right? So this paper is your opening batsman, and when Abhishek Sharma fires, it really helps the team, and this is your paper who is going to kind of help you get that, take you off to a very good start in your exams. Okay, so now comes the problem in terms of doubt support. So if you are in the face-to-face or in the live, the doubt support can happen real time, but obviously for a recorded student as well as for every other student, when you sit to revise, you think you have a lot of concepts, doubts, queries. Hopefully a lot of them will be resolved during the lecture, but the more the queries you have, the better it is, because that is where your concept building is happening. Concept building is what? It is asking, why is this adjustment? Why not this? And that is where we try to mold you. If you speak to your seniors as well, and these are the best people who can give you advice, we kind of understand the logic behind each of these adjustments. We don't just remember them. There is very deep conceptual understanding, so that you do it once and you kind of remember. So there will be very good conceptual understanding, but at the same time, if you have queries, there will be a platform. This will be on WhatsApp, this will be on Telegram, this will be on email, where even I am there. A lot of our doubt support team who are qualified chartered accountants, who are rank holders, who will be there, and your queries will be addressed in a very, very quick turnaround time. So be rest assured, irrespective of when you take the classes, you'll get support till the hour before your exam, and as a result, all your queries will also be sufficiently handled. Now, there would be questions regarding amendments. Now, in financial reporting, there may be, unlike income tax where there is a lot of changes, there may be some changes in terms of maybe a new standard gets added, a small treatment gets changed over here. So your amendments, your changes, if any, will be accessible to you free of cost, irrespective of your validity, up to your exam. Whenever your exam is, we don't know. So we share on Google Drive. In your Google Drive, there would be a folder for amendments, and even new questions that come in every RTPs, MTPs, you will get access to all of them. We will also share this on YouTube, but for you to have it at one place, it will be there on your Google Drive, and this will be an open lecture so that you can review it whenever you are sitting to revise. So you'll have separate PDFs, you'll have separate videos. So don't really worry that your exam is probably in 2028 or 27. You will get access to each of these new questions as well as changes, if any. Though having said that, financial reporting does not have as many changes as direct tax has, but if there are, you will get full amendment support free of cost up to your exam. And hence, when you look at the applicability, this batch remains applicable across. So if your attempt is from September 26, well, I mean, if it is May 26, it is better if you take the exam oriented or the last minute batch, but September 26 or later, and if you want a detailed study all across, it is not it's not a year like a DT or an IDT is a year specific batch. This is not something like that. There's no point waiting till the end saying that, oh, I forget stuff. I mean, you don't want to load up everything at the end, right? So no matter when you do now or even 6 months later, that hard revision is still going to come, right? So it is better the earlier you do, you get more surface area to cover, more time to kind of revise. Okay, so now that you know the applicability and amendments, what are the views and validity? Now, even if you have the face-to-face class or the live at home class, you will have the backup lecture, and in the backup lecture, you'll get full backup of the content. So in case you have missed something, you can view that up, and the validity would be 3 years. So irrespective of when your exam is, it will definitely be within that 3-year band. So in case you need to refer these lectures again, you can do that if your views are pending. But to be honest, at that stage again, you may not need to refer the lectures all over again. It will be more helpful if you can look at the revision videos, the audio notes. That would be more crucial. But in case there's a particular topic where you want to come back on, so you will have the validity open. And when you look at the Google Drive classes, you'll have 1.8 views. 1.8 views means that if the video is for 100 minutes, you can watch 1.8 times of that. That is 180 minutes. It can be, for example, that you watched for 10 minutes now, then you might watch for 30 minutes. In total, you can stop any number of times. In total, the content will kind of be valid for 3 years, and within a 100-minute video probably you can watch up to 1.8 times, that is 180 minutes. And in case you need further clarification on that, you can contact our team and they will be happy to help you. So this is 79772 99310 or 70219 I think 1815. Okay, I don't remember the second number as well, so might as well I'll just share that to you in the description, and you can call up on just 70219, I think 53181. Yes, so over here you can call up and get your queries addressed. You can also visit the website benchmarksacademy.com, where you can get further details of the product. All the details for the same I'll share in the link to the description. The language over here would be predominantly English. If you want the Hindi English batch, we have recorded it recently, so you can kind of take the Hindi English batch on either the regular or even the exam oriented one. This batch would largely have English, and in any case, if you want the Hindi English batch, the recent recordings are available. So this kind of covers everything regarding the batch. In case you kind of want to do further inquiries, you can visit the website or call this office number. And I'll tell you that in case you kind of stick through the process, stick through the grind, and if you kind of do as I say across these lectures, we will also guide you on what is the timing needed for the first revision, second revision, the pre-exam revision, etc. So in case you kind of stick to that properly, I can assure you that you are going to get minimum exemption plus, okay? And we are going to cover, go above exemption in a very, very comfortable manner. But trust me, no matter how good you are being taught, how good the lectures are, it is all at the end depending on your efforts, based on your self-motivation and preparation, because motivation will come, motivation will go, but it is very important that you kind of stick through the grind, you stick through the discipline. And this is probably the last time you're going to study, right? It is a big exam, a big platform. Let it be the best time, and we'll do it together and we'll ace it really well, okay? So that's about it. I'll see you soon in the batch. Till then, goodbye, good luck, and take care.